please direct your attention to your listening device for the show that believes there is no such thing as useless sports knowledge. This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine. This is episode 347, and 347 happens to be the number of career saves for one-third of the Nasty Boys, Randy Myers. This episode will pit the Benchwarmer team of Dave Wirtz and Scott against Benchwarmer Josh Bombeck and returning guest Vinnie Iyer. Vinnie, it's wonderful to see you. Welcome back to the program. Why don't you take a second and reintroduce yourself?
Yep, I'm Vinnie. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I've been on, this will be the fourth time, I'm 0-3 on the show, just for those keeping it home. I am a NFL fantasy writer for Sporting News, so it'll be busy Monday. When people are hearing this, they'll know all about their deals, but we don't know what's going to happen in free agency on Monday. So it's going to be a crazy busy day. I'm spending the night here with you guys before that, so it's really nice. And I am hitting a milestone birthday tomorrow too, so it's going to be a hellish work day, but I'm looking forward to it. It's kind of better than the draft because you don't know when things are coming, and it could be totally random and unpredictable, and it could happen all day long. So I kind of love it. I love the craziness of it all, but yeah, it's all good.
Well, it's wonderful to have you here. A happy early 21st birthday to you.
Yeah.
And we also want to thank you for your support on Patreon. Vinny's an assistant coach on our Patreon. And thank you to all of our patrons out there who are listening. And if you're not a patron, it's not too late. You can join us on Patreon for monthly bonus episodes and other goodies and, you know, some cuts to the front of the line if you want to be on an episode and lots of other good stuff. So join us on Patreon. Josh, how are you, and what is your team name for this episode?
I am doing well. I'm trying to think if there's anything too exciting. Dave asked me how my new gig has been going, and it's been going excellent. So everybody can feel good for me that I work for a company that I actually like to work for, and it's been a long time since I've been able to say that. So, hey, lucky me. But actually, I'm going to kick it back over to Vinny for our team name because he's the one that came up with it.
Well, I think it just came up with me, I guess. It kind of found me before the episode. I was like, what am I going to go on? And team names, I obsess over team names when we're playing trivia. But this one just came to me. My son tends to do work in the garage and tends to eat a lot of fruit yogurt, and I'll find it in different places. So I said, don't leave yogurt in the garage. Just a PSA for everyone out there doing work out there. You might forget the days, especially with the summer, hotter temperatures coming out. You do not want to leave yogurt in the garage.
There's at least one person listening who just went, oh, crap, and then ran out to the garage to get yogurt. So you're doing a public service. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Scott and Dave, how are you, and what is your team name?
I'll go first because I'm not even sure how I managed to be here. I'm in the throes of wedding planning, and I've got less than 3 weeks to go. So if you're hearing this, it already happened. We both said I do. Don't worry. It all went well. It was fun. But right now, I like, this is the only free time I've had all weekend. I have the exact opposite weekend of Dave, where I don't have enough time to do anything. I've been working extra shifts to pay for said wedding on the weekends. And so it's been a big thing. I don't even really know who I am anymore, but that's okay. It's worth it in the end because we're going to have a really beautiful wedding, and all of this will feel like a distant blip on the radar when I think back to the entire process. So can't wait for that. I'm excited. Happy to be teaming with Dave, and I'll throw it over to him.
Well, Scott, I can say thank you for doing all that work because I am forever engaged. We have already discussed at length and ad nauseum that we never want to have a wedding. So you can do all of that for us, and we'll my wife just won't even think about it, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. It was a slow weekend for me, which never happens. This is maybe like one of 2 weekends where I don't have a gig myself, whether that be in work or in wrestling. So yeah, I'm a little bit stir crazy, to be honest. I've had cabin fever the past couple days, but yeah, I wanted to send it back over to you, Scott, because you're the one that came up with the team name today. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of tag teamed it as us wrestling fans tend to do. But Dave came on here and he has this. I don't know if it's the cabin fever, but he's thinking a lot about bucket hats. Maybe that's what one does when they're the busiest man.
Cap in fever.
Cabin fever. When you're the busiest man in podcasting, and then all of a sudden you have a free weekend, you start thinking about random stuff, I suppose. And bucket hats was on his list, so he wanted to incorporate that into our team name. He asked me for a 3-point shooter. I thought of Richardson, great former sort of 3-point specialist. And so we decided that we'll just combine that and make it sound like a cereal in the process that you probably eat in the hood. And our team name's going to be Buckets of Quentin.
All right. So we've got Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage versus Irish Sharpshooter, Buckets of Quentin. So we've got our teams. Let's kick it to Buckets O'Dan for the rules.
The game will consist of 4 quarters of play, each with a different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I will explain them to you as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we will have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from their points accumulated to see who are today's clipboard captains, to be honored like the true benchwarmers they are. All right, let's get this game underway.
And the first quarter is going to be an early missing link.
Ooh.
Oh no.
The missing link. This quarter will consist of 5 questions with theme-linked answers. The teams will attempt to answer the questions and guess the theme. Each question is worth 20 points. A correct guess to the theme before the 5th question will earn the first team 100 points. The other team can still earn 50 points with a correct theme guess. If neither team has identified the correct theme before the 5th question, both teams can still earn 50 points with a correct theme guess.
Question number 1 in the missing link. He's a 3-time All-Star, a 7-time Gold Glove outfielder, and a member of the Cardinals Hall of Fame. But his lasting sports legacy might be his 1970 lawsuit against Major League Baseball that paved the way for MLB free agency.
Yep.
Yep.
Agreed. We'll check in.
Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage has checked in. Buckets of Quentin. Talk it out.
Man, for a second, I thought Josh was talking to me, and I got very confused. I think we both checked in so ridiculously fast. It could have been a 3-2-1 on that, but yeah. This is Curt Flood for sure, Scott.
Yep, agreed.
And Don't Leave Yogurts in the Garage.
Go ahead, Vinny.
Yeah, this was when we had to get through the other stuff, but when we got to the 1970 lawsuit, that's all we needed against Major League Baseball. Curt Flood, he had a really hard time after that happened. So kind of a sad story, but he's the right answer here, Curt Flood.
Both teams getting points, off to a good start. This is Curt Flood. Yeah, he lost that lawsuit, but did open the door. He kind of somebody had to be the first person to start to jam their way through that led to free agency and player movement and empowerment in professional sports.
In the words of Marcus, give us a salary cap, you cowards.
Well said. Question number 2 in the missing link. John Weeks and Ross Matisic were the 2026 NFL Pro Bowlers at this position.
Taco, we're checked in.
Buckets of Quentin is checked in. Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage. Talk it out.
Yeah, Vinny, I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, the second dude I kind of am familiar with a little bit, but the first guy gave it to me, John Weeks, long snappers. But one of the best jobs, I guess, if you want to ram your head over and over again, but you can get $1 million doing it for 20 years. So it's not a bad thing. So we checked in with long snapper.
And Buckets of Quentin, what'd you have?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, they're not the most notable names. So when you're thinking about Pro Bowler, probably don't really pay attention to. You start thinking like fullbacks, punters, maybe returners, and none of those made sense. So we also checked in with long snapper.
Both teams getting their points. These are long snappers. John Weeks was the long snapper and still is for the 49ers. And Ross Matisic has made the last 3 Pro Bowls for the AFC, and he's the long snapper for the Jags. And he has not had a bad snap since 2022. So he's very good at his job. So the themed link answer so far, Curt Flood and long snapper. Question number 3. This running back accidentally scored the game-winning touchdown in Super Bowl 46, going butt first into the end zone with 57 seconds left while trying to take a knee at the 1-yard line in an attempt to run out the clock for a game-winning field goal. Despite the gaffe, his team still beat the Patriots.
We can check in.
Buckets O'Quinton has checked in. Don't leave yogurt in the garage. Talk it out.
Yeah, so going back to this one, this is the second Giants upset of the Patriots in Indianapolis. So you have some options there. I mean, my first thought is Brandon Jacobs, if I can recall, but it's been a while.
It seems weird that you accidentally score when you're trying to take a knee. It just feels wrong that that's a thing that could actually be.
I don't know how it's really possible body wise, right? To go butt first trying to take a knee, but
I don't either. That's what maybe has me a little confused. I don't know what's going on. This seems kind of nuts.
We also have Ahmad Bradshaw, if he goes with any of the things from the previous.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one is better, Jacobs or Bradshaw.
I'm leaning towards the second one. Might have more missing link possibilities.
I'm fine with that if you want to go with Bradshaw.
Yeah, let's go with Ahmad Bradshaw for lack of a better memory here.
Okay.
Checking in Ahmad Bradshaw?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. And Buckets of Quinton, what did you check in with?
Scott and I were just sharing that this was one of our favorite players, underrated running back. And if I remember correctly, Manning told him not to score at the beginning of the play. And right as he was just about to cross the line, he realized that and tried to cannonball onto the 1-yard line and failed miserably. It was great. We checked in with Ahmad Bradshaw as well.
Both teams are getting points. This is Ahmad Bradshaw. Yeah, it is a very his brain figures it out before his momentum can stop, and he just sort of kind of half crumples into the end zone. It's a very funny way to score a game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl, but it was Ahmad Bradshaw. So the theme link answers so far, Curt Flood, long snapper, and Ahmad Bradshaw. Question 4 in the missing link. He, along with Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt, are the only 3 drivers to have won 7 NASCAR Cup Series championships.
We can check in.
Okay, Buckets of Quinton has checked in, so don't leave your yogurt in the public library. You can talk it out.
All right. It has to be one of 3 people, I think. And the guy I'm leaning toward, because he won so many in a row, is Jimmy Johnson.
I think it has to be. I'm almost certain it's Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, I think we have to go there. I think he passed Gordon, and I don't think Stewart won that many.
Nope. Yeah, I'm almost positive it's Jimmy Johnson. So we'll check that in.
Yeah.
And Buckets of Quinton.
We said the same thing. Jimmy Johnson.
Both teams are getting points. This is Jimmy with an IE Johnson. Very nicely done. All right. So the theme link answers: Curt Flood, long snapper, Ahmad Bradshaw, and Jimmy Johnson. All right. On to question 5 in the missing link. He's the only Texas Southern alumnus to have a 22.5 sack season in the NFL.
We'll check in.
Don't leave yogurt in the garage has checked in, so Buckets O. Quinton, talk it out.
Oh, yeah, duh. I was going through a lot of different names. Like an idiot.
The list of people who've gotten to 22 or 22.5 sacks is very small. And Myles Garrett is not from Texas Southern. He's from Texas A&M.
Again, I've said this many a time. I don't know college, so I can't know everything. If I can start to study it now, it wouldn't help. I've been punched in the head too many times.
Yeah, Dave needs to go to college for college.
Or colleges.
I think this has to be Michael Strahan, so we're going to check in with Michael Strahan.
All right, and don't leave your yogurt in the garage. What you got?
Go ahead, Vinny.
Yeah, it was easy. I was trying to figure out if there's any way you could go, knowing the missing link going into this, if there's any other way you could go. I guess we went quite literal. So, yeah, Michael Strahan.
Both teams are getting points. It is Michael Strahan. That means the theme link answers are Curt Flood, long snapper, Ahmad Bradshaw, Jimmy Johnson, and Michael Strahan. Both teams submitted a correct theme link after the fourth question. The team that got it in first that will explain the theme for us is Buckets of Quentin.
Yeah, we were definitely lost before prior to the fourth question. You know, after Flood and Long Snapper, he sent to Dave. It's definitely water based. Thinking turtles and fish, or something going on there. So we're trying to come up with a flood fish. Then when you threw us Ahmad Bradshaw, we were like, well, what is a Bradshaw? How does a Bradshaw correlate to water? So we kind of got off that train, and I was like, is this a Carrie Bradshaw Sex in the City kind of thing? Are we calling Mr. Big Mr. Long Snapper now? Like I didn't know what was going on there. And it wasn't until Dave checked in for Jimmy Johnson where I was like, well, Jimmy Johnson and Bradshaw. And then I went back and was like, okay, now I see it. Howie Long, Kurt Menefee. So this is the NFL Sunday crew on Fox, the pregame, halftime crew. And then made Strahan pretty obvious for question 5. So that's what we checked in.
And that is the theme. It's the NFL on Fox Sunday crew, Kurt Menefee, Howie Long, Terry Bradshaw, Jimmy with a Y Johnson, and the same Michael Strahan.
Did you have a backup for a Frank Caliendo in there at all?
I'm sure there's a Caliendo playing for the Italian World Baseball Classic team right now. So
terribly, yes, he is 0 for 76 by the time this airs.
Yeah, shortstop Dominic Caliendo.
Dom
for dirty Dom Caliendo.
Dom Caliendo is an awesome name for a wrestler. I'm just going to say that right now.
Oh my gosh. All right. So after the first quarter, we've got some scores. We have Buckets of Quentin with 200 and Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage with 150.
We wanted to let you know that we are on Patreon if you'd be interested in supporting us financially. Your contributions will be used to help us cover the costs that it takes to bring you the high-quality sports trivia you have come to expect from us. There's also some great perks that come with the Patreon membership to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, including bonus episodes and Benchwarmers swag. You can find us at patreon.com/benchwarmerstp. Thanks.
That brings us to the second quarter, which will be Curriculum Vitae Trades Edition.
Whoa!
Curriculum Vitae. For this quarter, there will be 4 questions where the host will provide an athletic resume for a given athlete. Each question is worth 25 points.
So a reminder on this one, I am going to give you the trade history and only the trade history of a player, and you have to identify the player. So no free agency, no released and dropped to waivers, nothing. Just trades. Question number 1 in Curriculum Vitae. October 1st, 1993, traded by the Detroit Pistons with Isaiah Morris, a 1994 second-round pick and a 1996 first-round pick, to the San Antonio Spurs for Sean Elliott, David Wood, and a 1996 first-round pick. October 2nd, 1995, traded by the San Antonio Spurs to the Chicago Bulls for Will Perdue.
Checked in.
Okay, Buckets O'Quentin has checked in. That means don't leave your yogurt in the Vatican. Talk it out.
There's only one player I can think of that was on those teams at those times and would bring that return. It was coveted at the time. So I think it has to be Dennis Rodman, because he would have come back for that second three-peat, right?
Yep.
Because 95, I think 95 is right before the second
Yep.
repeat, if that's right. Okay.
Yep. No,
All right.
I think you're right. Yep. Check it in.
Yeah.
All right. And Bucket So Quentin, what'd you have?
Yeah, Pistons to Spurs to Bulls has to be Dennis Rodman. The Will Perdue trade is pretty notable. I mean, the fact that it's a straight up 1-for-1 and it's Will Perdue for Dennis Rodman is kind of baffling. So we also checked in with a guy who was a decent first guest on Winfield because he does give you a lot of teams, Dennis Rodman.
Both teams are getting points. This is the worm himself, Dennis Rodman, not mentioned on this because it was free agency, was his signing by the North Koreans. All right. Moving on to question 2 in Curriculum Vitae Trades Edition. December 8th, 2009, traded in a 3-team trade by the Arizona Diamondbacks with Daniel Schlereth to the Detroit Tigers. The New York Yankees sent Ian Kennedy to the Diamondbacks and sent Phil Koch and Austin Jackson to the Tigers. The Tigers sent Curtis Granderson to the Yankees and sent Edwin Jackson to the Diamondbacks. July 30th, 2021, traded by the Washington Nationals with Trey Turner to the Los Angeles Dodgers for Gerardo Carrillo, Donovan Casey, Josiah Gray, and Keibert Ruiz. July 30th, 2023, traded by the New York Mets with cash to the Texas Rangers for Luis Angel Acuna.
We will check in.
Okay, Bucket So Quentin has checked in. Don't leave yogurt in the garage. Talk it out.
There's a lot to read here. So we have Diamondbacks, Tigers, Yankees, and then 2021. So older player. I think it kind of sounds like a pitcher, but
Is this Max Scherzer? He started with the Diamondbacks, didn't he?
oh, that's right. And that would make a lot of sense because he would have been on the Nationals team that won, and then
So he would have gone to
Texas,
Detroit.
Texas at the end.
Yeah. I think this has to be Max Scherzer.
Yeah, I just had to put it all together.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Especially throwing in a 3-team trade. There's like, okay, which way or what? Okay.
And there's a lot of gaps missing. Yeah, there's a lot of gaps missing from his
Yeah.
other stuff. So yeah.
We'll check in with Max Scherzer.
And Bucket So Quentin, what'd you have?
Yeah, I mean, the later trades in the 2020s, notwithstanding, this had to be Max Scherzer. That was a big trade in 2009, the Granderson trade. So we also checked in with Mad Max Scherzer.
Both teams getting points. This is Max Scherzer. As a Giants fan, I'm still pretty upset over that 2021 trade when the Nationals just gave Scherzer and Trey Turner to the Dodgers for basically nothing. It baffles me. Anyway, I'm really not mentally or emotionally over it.
Salary cap, you cowards.
Question 3 in Curriculum Vitae Trades Edition. March 17th, 2022, traded by the Packers to the Raiders for a 2022 first-round pick and a 2022 second-round pick. October 15th, 2024, traded by the Raiders to the Jets for a 2025 third-round pick.
Check in.
The Packers fan and Buckets O. Quentin has checked in. Don't leave yogurt in the garage. Talk it out.
Yeah, this can only be one player. I mean, it's so recent, and he went to both of these teams in rapid succession. He got roped up to Las Vegas to think he's going to play with Derek Carr, and he didn't get to play with Derek Carr. So it's got to be Devontae Adams.
I agree. Yep.
And Buckets O. Quentin, what'd you have?
Man, we traded Devontae Adams for QUAY WALKER. So good. That's what we checked in with.
Both teams are getting points, and there are big emotions happening on the podcast. This is indeed Devontae Adams. I think it's best for Dave's sanity if
QUAY
we move away
WALKER?
from this one quickly.
Come on.
Well, he's about to become an X-Packer. So.
Just say he's gonna get paid pretty well.
Don't even get me started. He should not get paid that well at all. And some of these pricing things that have been coming out there, like how much he's going to make, is just absolutely ridiculous and insane. So I'm sorry. Well, no, I'm not. I'm not sorry. Screw you, QUAY WALKER. Go home.
Don't apologize for passion, Dave.
I won't apologize for the Packers either.
All right.
No.
There you go.
My question is, do the Taco Bells keep moving? That's what I want to know. Like, do they have to rebuild the Taco Bells everywhere it goes?
It's floating in a swamp in New Jersey.
Yeah.
All right. Final question of Curriculum Vitae Trades Edition. Here we go. April 5th, 2015. Traded by the Atlanta Braves with B.J. Upton to the San Diego Padres for Jordan Parabek, Cameron Maben, Carlos Quinton, Matt Whistler, and a 2015 Competitive Balance Round A pick. November 13th, 2015, traded by the San Diego Padres to the Boston Red Sox for Logan Allen, Carlos Asuaje, Javi Guerra, and Manuel Margot. July 30th, 2021, traded by the Chicago Cubs to the Chicago White Sox for Cody Hoyer and Nick Madrigal. April 1st, 2022, traded by the Chicago White Sox to the Los Angeles Dodgers for A.J. Pollock.
I do love the fact that Carlos Quinton is in there. So Buckets of Quinton lives on.
Buckets of Carlos Quinton.
We'll check in.
All right. Buckets of Carlos Quinton has checked in. Don't leave yogurt in the possession of Carlos Quinton. Talk it out.
Vinny, this is feeling like Craig Kimbrell to me.
Yeah, that makes sense here. That's what I was trying to place. I mean,
Especially like in the order, because these things, like, we're always like, these things are definitely like, or at least the first chunks are like, really
Great.
close to each other.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, those teams check out.
Yeah.
Those teams check. So, yeah, I like it.
All right, we're going to check in with Craig Kimbrell.
All right, and Buckets of Quinton.
And the wavelengths on this guy, where it's just an up, down career. It's just insane. Remember when he had a good beard? Yeah, I do too. It's Craig Kimbrell.
Both teams are getting points. This is the chicken wing himself, Craig Kimbrell. Craig Kimbrell has now pitched for 10 MLB franchises. He's currently a non-roster invitee with the Mets, so if he makes the roster, that'll be his 11th big league franchise. So slowly approaching the Edwin Jackson, Rich Hill zone.
Great immaculate grid guy.
Very good immaculate grid guy. All right, after the second quarter, we've still got a 50-point deficit. That early check-in for the missing link, still the difference. Buckets of Quinton with 300. Don't leave yogurt in the garage with 250. And that brings us to halftime.
It is now time for the halftime show. There will be 3 entertainment questions, with each question worth 25 points.
And for this halftime, I'm pulling in Eric Eid and going all pop culture. So no sports involved in this one. This is going to be the Odd One Out Pop Culture Awards edition. So I'm going to give you an award and 6 people or shows or songs, and you will have to tell me the odd one out that did not win that award. Here we go. The first one, who is the odd one out among these Oscar winners for Best Director? Ang Lee, Ron Howard, Spike Jonze, Robert Redford, Christopher Nolan, Martin Scorsese.
We could check in.
Okay, Buckets of Quinton has checked in. Don't leave yogurt in the garage. Talk it out.
Yeah, I knew who's won for sure to eliminate those guys. Christopher Nolan. Scorsese won for Departed, that ended his long drought. Ang Lee, I think, actually won for Brokeback Mountain, not the other one, the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So I think it comes down to Ron Howard. If he won for Beautiful Mind or Apollo 13 would be the 2 movies.
I think he did for Beautiful Mind.
Okay. I mean, Spike Jonze, I guess the notable movies are what? Being John Malkovich? What else would he have done that? Or it could be Robert Redford, but I feel like Robert Redford has won something.
Did he win a directing one, though?
He might have. What didn't he do? Ordinary People? Didn't he win for that?
I think you're right. So I think it has. I think we've just talked into Spike Jones having to be it.
Yeah, I just don't see unless he shocked somebody winning for. There's only like two, like that and Adaptation would be the only ones. So
Yeah, I don't.
I would think I would remember him coming up to get an award because he's kind of an odd dude.
Yeah.
So okay, let's do that.
All right, we'll check in with Spike Jones.
And Buckets of Quentin, what you got?
I am a big Oscars guy. We have a regular watch party, and we do the whole like let's get through every single Oscar nominated film every year. So yeah, Ang Lee actually won twice, Brokeback Mountain, and then he also had Life of Pi as well. And the closest that Spike Jones ever got was best original screenplay, I think, for Her. So that's what we checked in with was Spike Jones.
Both teams are getting points. Spike Jones is the odd one out. He was nominated for Best Director for being John Malkovich, but did not win. And as Dave said, he has won an Oscar, taking home the Best Original Screenplay for Her.
Okay.
Nicely done, both teams. All right. Question 2 in halftime. Find the odd one out from this list of primetime Emmy winners for Outstanding Drama Series: The Fugitive, Cagney and Lacey, Northern Exposure, Law and Order, 24, Better Call Saul.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we'll check in.
Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage is checked in. Buckets O'Quinton, talk it out.
I do appreciate you, Scott, checking in on Northern Exposure because you are correct. That show is terrible. I was recently recommended to watching it, and I think I got through a season and a half and then stopped very quickly. Yeah, there's a lot of good choices on this list. I don't quite know the Emmys quite so much, but the thing that does stick out, I seem to remember that Better Call Saul had like a gauntlet run and never won anything at the Emmys. Because it went up against like Game of Thrones, The Crown, Succession, and that right there is kind of like good luck. You're not beating it.
Yeah, the competition has definitely been steep. So I have no issues with that.
Okay, yeah, I think they likened it to like The Wire, because that's another one that never won anything, which it absolutely should have. It's so damn good. Watch The Wire, folks. This goes out to the creators of The Wire. Feel free to sponsor us in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, we'll check in with Better Call Saul.
And Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage, which check in with.
Yeah, we got to that same place where just the competition that it was facing is just, I mean, it's going up against some juggernaut shows. And if you want my hot take, Better Call Saul better than, I can't remember the original
Breaking
show.
Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Not a hot take, Josh. You're 100%
It's
correct.
the correct take. Good.
Yes, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
Like by far a better series. So if you haven't watched Better Call Saul, go watch it.
All right. So both teams are getting points. The correct answer is Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul was nominated for 53 Primetime Emmy Awards. It won 0.
It didn't win in any category.
It did not win a single Emmy in its entire run. It is the most nominated show to never win an Emmy Award.
That is crazy.
0 for 53.
My question is, how did Northern Exposure win?
Northern Exposure won in 1992, and I'll tell you the other nominees for Outstanding Drama Series that year. It was LA Law, Law and Order, Quantum Leap, and a show that I've never heard of called All Fly Away.
Is that the sequel to Wings?
That's the dude who's in it from Law and Order. That was his big Sam Waterston show.
Oh, okay. That is news to me.
That's a long time ago.
So,
but that explains why it won. Right?
Not as much not the competition that Better Call Saul was facing.
Yeah, if you were to put Better Call Saul up against Quantum Leap in an Emmys race, I think I know who's winning.
Yeah.
All right, the final question of halftime. Find the odd one out in this list of Grammy winners for Song of the Year. Bridge Over Troubled Water, Billie Jean, Kiss from a Rose, Single Ladies, Rolling in the Deep, Not Like Us.
Okay. We'll check in.
Okay, Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage is checked in. Buckets O Quentin, talk it out.
I immediately went to Billie Jean just because it seemed so obvious that it would win. And again, like I know that Michael was on Thriller was an FU album because Off the Wall didn't like do well during Grammy season. I know that. And that's one of the reasons Thriller is such an amazing album. And I know album of the year, I think Quincy Jones is likely got producer of the year. I just don't know if Billie Jean got song of the year. There are a lot of great songs out in 83.
Well, like we were talking about, Kiss from a Rose. Look, while it's a good song, Jagged Little Pill came out in 96, man.
Yeah.
That's my jam. And if You Ought to Know ain't up there, then you ought to know you messed up.
Yeah, it's like tough with the year, right? Because it's kind of like it's the year after. So like Kiss from a Rose came out in 95 because that's when the Batman movie came out, but it's the 96 Grammys. Whereas I think if Jagged Little Pill came out in 96, that might be the 97 Grammys because of the way
I know
they...
97 is Change the World from by Eric Clapton, because that's one that you go like, oh, there's a lot of layers to this. Again, very good song, but I would have that one I like think of a lot more. But I'm pretty sure Morissette put Jagged Little Pill out in 96.
Yeah, so
it
I'm okay
should have
going
won.
I'm okay going with Kiss from a Rose as the odd one out. Like there's also a lot of competition around that time too in the mid 90s.
Well, but I if you're thinking Billie Jean because of it's a more or less a diss album, that makes a lot of sense, because I mean, otherwise, why would he put that out? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But now I'm thinking he might have come back with a vengeance and just swept the whole Grammys, MJ, and I think the industry was kind of like, yeah, all right, we probably should have did something for Off the Wall. So that was maybe their way of kind of reconciling a little bit. I'm okay to go Kiss from a Rose just on the basis that we both agree that we know other songs that should have won over Kiss from a Rose.
I'm just gonna say you said Chris from a Rose, and I really enjoy that.
Chris Rose, yeah,
Chris
big
Rose.
fan.
Okay.
John Boy Media.
Yeah. Is that what we're checking in with then?
Yeah, we're gonna check in with Kiss from a Rose.
All right, and Don't Leave You in the Garage. What'd you check in with?
Yeah, Vinny was pretty sure that Bridge Over Troubled Water and Not Like Us, and I agreed with those. Thinking about some of the others, sadly, Kiss from a Rose, I'm pretty certain did win. Now, should have it? That's a whole different conversation, but you guys, I think we're debating with the correct answer, because I do think it is Billie Jean. There's something about it that just pings me that didn't win. And, you know, that kind of early to mid 80s, there just was a lot of competition. So I think it's Billie Jean. So that's what we're checking in with.
One team is receiving points, and it's the team that checked in with Billie Jean. Billie Jean lost Song of the Year to Every Breath You Take by The Police.
All right. I thought it was going to be Maniac by Michael Cimbello.
Do you have 96's Song of the Year? Because you had it for the Oscars, because I need to know.
Song of the Year. Let's see. Kiss from a Rose. I Can Love You Like That by All for One.
Fair.
One of Us by Joan Osborne.
That's a great song.
You Are Not Alone by Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette.
Judging hard, Grammys.
Jagged Little Pill did win Album of the Year.
I don't care. It's not enough. It should have swept.
And the best new artist crop that year was actually very good. Hootie and the Blowfish beat out Brandy, Alanis Morissette, Joan Osborne, and Shania Twain.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Dang.
That's yeah.
It's actually
It's
some staying power there.
once you're the soundtrack to a Val Kilmer Batman, you're gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most standout thing from the movie that we still remember. I don't remember anything else except
I
Jim
don't
Carrey
think there's
going crazy.
anything. Yeah, nothing to remember from that one other than the song. Oof.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the year Northwestern went to the Rose Bowl, so that's why I know. And that was our song we played every time I got there. So
All
I
right.
don't know. I remember Seal being on the Grammys. That's all.
Okay, so after halftime, the lead has shrunk just slightly. Bucket So Quentin has a 25-point lead over Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage, 350 to 325. And that is extra beneficial for Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage because the third quarter is Lucky 7.
Knew it.
Lucky 7. For this quarter, there will be 3 lists containing 7 items. The team that is trailing coming into the quarter will choose the first list and attempt to identify the items on that list one at a time. If the team has an incorrect guess, the other team can attempt to finish out that list. The other team will select the second list, and whichever team is trailing after the first 2 lists will get the third list. Each item is worth 10 points.
Here are the 3 lists to choose from in Lucky 7. We will start with Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage. You can either have the 7 Major League Baseball players to hit 15 home runs in the American League and 15 home runs in the National League in the same season, the 7 active longest tenured NBA players who have only played for one team, and the 7 goaltenders who have won a Vezina Trophy and an Olympic gold medal. Now, there's an addendum to this list. There are more than 7 on the list. There are actually 9 of them. There are 6 that did it and have started the gold medal game. There are 3 that did it and did not start the gold medal game. So you can have 1 from the non-starters.
Oh boy.
I feel like 2 of them we could guess a little easier.
Do you have a preference? This would where I would lean for first.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I would also lean that way.
Yeah, so should we go with that one?
Yeah, let's go with that one.
All right, we're going to work on the NBA.
Okay, so Don't Leave the Yogurt in the Garage is taking the list of the 7 active, longest tenured NBA players who have played for only one team. Check it in when you're ready.
We'll check in.
All right. Don't Leave the Yogurt in the Garage is going to give us some active, long tenured NBA players who've only played for one team. Give them to me one at a time.
You want to go first, Vinny?
Yeah, we'll go with Steph Curry.
Steph Curry is first on the list. He's been a Warrior since 2009.
Okay, then we're going to go to Draymond Green.
Draymond Green is second on the list. He's been with the Warriors since 2012.
Okay.
All right, next we're going to go with Giannis.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is third on the list. He's been a Buck since 2013.
You want to go with your next one that you had come up with?
Okay, we're going to go with Nikola Jokic next.
Nikola Jokic is correct. He's been a Nugget since 2015.
Okay. Next, we're going Devin Booker.
Devin Booker is correct. He has been a Sun since 2015.
Josh, you can do the next one. You can do the next one too, Josh.
All right. I'm thinking Joel Embiid has to be on this list. So he's our next guess.
Joel Embiid is correct. He has been a member of the Sixers technically since 2014, though he didn't make his debut until 2016.
You want to go with the last one, Vinny?
Yeah, let's do it. We're going with thought of another guy on the same team, but we're going Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown is correct. He has been a Celtic since 2016. You have run the list.
Right.
Very nicely done. The just missed the list is Jamal Murray, Jason Tatum, Bam Adebayo, Mitchell Robinson are the next 4. One of those things is not like the other. All right, so that is 70 points for Don't Leave the Yogurt in the Garage. Nicely done. You did not fall into the trap of Dallas Mavericks legend Dwight Powell, who played briefly for the Boston Celtics before beginning his Mavericks career. So well done. Okay, that turns it over to Buckets O. Quinton. Would you like the 7 Major League Baseball players who have hit 15 or more home runs in the AL and the NL in the same season, or the 7 goalies to win the Vezina and the Olympic gold medal?
What are you thinking, Scott?
Taco, what are the current scores as they stand?
The current scores as they stand are Don't Leave the Yogurt in the Garage has 395, Buckets O. Quinton has 350.
So if we take 4, oh wait, no, 5, no, 4 of them.
Yeah.
Does that mean we go hockey?
Yeah, that's the thing. We could take hockey, try to get a few, get it close, and then still get the baseball.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, I'm cool with it.
Let's take some strategy.
Yep, sure.
Okay, we're going gamesmanship, and I like it. So Buckets O. Quinton is taking 7 of the 9 goalies to win the Vezina Trophy and the Olympic gold medal. A reminder on this, 6 of the 9 started the gold medal game for their team. The other 3 did not, so I will only take 1 of the non-starters.
All right. Our host is gone, but once he's back.
Oh.
Here.
Okay, Taco, I think we're ready to check in.
All right, Buckets O. Quinton is checking in, so give us some goalies.
We'll start off with Carey Price.
Carey Price is correct, won the gold in 2014 as the starter, and then won the 2015 Vezina Trophy.
We'll also take Henrik Lundqvist.
Henrik Lundqvist is correct, won gold in 2006 with Sweden, and won his Vezina in 2012.
We're also going to take Connor Hellebuck.
Connor Hellebuck is hella on this list. He's won 3 Vezinas, and he just recently started the 2026 gold medal game for the United States.
And I think the other guy in that list, in that team, I should say, is also on the list, which would be Ryan Miller.
Ryan Miller is incorrect.
Dang.
I'm going to double check for posterity, but I'm going to double check. Yes, Ryan Miller is incorrect. He was not on the 2026 team.
Woo,
So
we
that
did
is
it.
30 points for Buckets O. Quinton, and don't leave the yogurt in the garage. You can give some more guesses.
Who did they say so far?
Their correct responses were Carey Price, Henrik Lundqvist, and Connor Hellebuck.
Sure, take the most recent easy one. Thanks.
You're welcome.
The day after the gold medal game, I went, "Oh crap, I have this question in my next game. I have to go change it."
Oh, I think the first one you said has to be in there, right? I guess we can talk. We can talk out loud, right?
You can talk out loud.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think Brodeur has to be.
Yeah. Okay,
I mean, I would think he probably won a gold medal. Like the problem is I don't really know for sure, but
yeah. I mean,
I would
think
assume
that was around the time that he would have been in there and they won. So
yeah,
go with it.
Yeah, all right, we'll check in with Brodeur.
Marty Brodeur is correct. Won 4 Vezinas, won the 2002 gold medal as the starter for Team Canada.
I mean, did Czech Republic win anything?
That's what I was trying to think. If like for Hasek,
Yeah,
they might have.
I think they might have won one.
I think that's worth taking a shot at.
All right, we're gonna try Dominic Hasek.
Dominic Hasek is correct. Won 6 Vezinas and won the 1998 gold medal with the Czech Republic.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so probably another. It's got to be. Let's just go with the backup from that team of Brodeur.
Which year are we talking about here?
The one that they won 2006, whenever Canada won.
Okay.
Or 2002. I don't know what we just said. But whoever, a Brodeur contemporary, let's just say that. They would have had to be his backup.
Yeah.
Patrick Waugh, Carey Price was the one they just said.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot because they had Lundqvist and Price, and then we've got some of the older guys. So if you want to take a shot on Waugh, or like anybody else would like a Curtis Joseph or somebody like that, being a backup. I don't know if he ever won Vezina.
He might have. I'm just trying to think if Wah maybe. I mean, was he on the team that lost to Hasek? You know,
They could have been. They could have been. I mean,
but I don't know if he played in more than one. He's probably a good guess. Let's
just go with it. No,
Yeah.
we're thinking. Okay, we're gonna go Patrick Waugh.
Patrick Waugh is incorrect. Patrick Waugh's only Olympics was the 1998 games
Okay.
previously mentioned that was won by the Czech Republic.
okay.
Waugh actually, they finished fourth that year, and then Waugh declined the opportunity to play for Canada in 2002, so he does not have any Olympic medals. But nicely done to grab 20 back. The ones that were not said, the 2010 starter for Canada was Roberto Luongo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
And then the backups not mentioned, backup on that 2010 team along with Marty Brodeur was Marc-Andre Fleury. So they had Luongo, Fleury, and Brodeur on the same roster, which is insane. Ed Belfour was mentioned. He was a backup on the 02 team as an old guy. And the last one was Igor Shesterkin was a backup on the 2018 gold team for the Russian Federation.
Ooh.
All right.
boy.
So
that was 3 and 2.
30 for Buckets of Quinton and 20 for Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage. Leaving the scores currently, Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage with 415, Buckets of Quinton with 380. So Buckets of Quinton will get the third list. The 7 MLB players who have hit 15 home runs in the American League and the National League in the same season.
So we're checked in by time.
All right, so Buckets of Quinton is going to attempt to give us the 7 MLB players who have hit 15 or more home runs in the AL and the NL in the same season. Let's hear them.
Dave, for this round, we should change our team name to Buckets O Carlos Quentin.
Yeah, just for this round.
Yeah.
All right, you started off.
With the top one?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes the most sense. So we're going to check in with Mark McGwire.
Mark McGwire is correct. He was the first to do it in 1997 with Oakland and St. Louis.
That helps us that he's first to do it. Go ahead, throw one out, Dave.
All right, we'll take Manny Ramirez.
Manny Ramirez is correct. Did it in 2008 with Boston and the Dodgers.
All right, next up, this was the first one that jumped in my mind, actually, because he was just absolutely bonkers after this trade in 2004. Carlos Beltran.
Carlos Beltran is correct in 2004 with the Royals and the Astros.
And this next one, talk about a fall from grace. I believe Yoenis Cespedes is on there.
Yoenis Cespedes is correct in 2015 with Oakland and the Mets.
All right, this was mine. So if we go out on this one, it's on me. But he mashed after the trade. He had hit a 4-homer game, first one in D-backs history, I believe. We're gonna go with JD Martinez.
JD Martinez is correct. 2017 with the Tigers and the D-backs.
Okay, this is where it starts to get questionable. Yeah, we'll go with our next name, which was Fred McGriff.
Fred McGriff is incorrect.
Dang.
Yeah, well, we thought we had 2 shots at him potentially because 2 big midseason trades. But then when he said McGuire's first to do it, it took the previous trade off the board. So
that is true. All right, so don't leave the yogurt in the garage. There are 2 names left to go. The 5 that they got, just to recap, were Mark McGwire, Carlos Beltran, Manny Ramirez, Yoenis Cespedes, and JD Martinez.
All right. What are you thinking, Josh?
Oh,
And not to put any pressure on you, but if you get them both, you have the lead.
oof.
oh, geez, thanks. So there's 2 left.
We're talking Adrian Gonzalez, but I don't know if he hit enough home runs.
Yeah, that'd be my only concern there is
Yeah, he's a good guy at other stuff, but I know he was traded mid-season.
yeah, I don't think he hit enough home runs.
No, I don't think he did either.
Ay.
Quentin boys, just for your own personal benefit, Fred McGriff did hit 15 plus in 1993, but with 2 National League teams.
Yeah, that's the Padres.
It was Padres Braves.
Braves, yeah.
In 2001,
we were thinking
he
the
only
Blue
hit 12
Jays.
with the Cubs.
We were thinking the
it's
Blue
just
Jays.
short.
Padres trade.
Oh, that was off season, I think.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah,
The one that
2001
got them Joe
from
Carter.
the Rays to the Cubs. He hit
That's the other one
19
Dave
with
had.
the Rays and 12 with the Cubs.
All right. So, hey, he hit the criteria. He had a 30 homer season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a great guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if I even have any other names. They, named a couple that I'm trying to think of guys who got traded cross leagues and had at least a big stretch with like the team they got traded to, that they hit at least 15. I'm not sure I'm going to have anything.
I mean, the Yankees had to have somebody, right? Like somebody else who did this.
Did Schwarber
Yeah.
get traded in season?
I mean, it's worth a shot.
I don't have any other better guess unless you do. Do we try Schwarber?
Sure, right.
We're going to try Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber, a good guess, but incorrect. He was traded mid-season and cross-league in 2021 when he went from the Nats to the Red Sox, but he only hit 7 home runs as a Red Sox in that season. A valiant effort. The two that were missed in 2013 with the Cubs and the Yankees, Alfonso Soriano.
Soriano.
And the other one happened just this last season. Rafi Devers, Boston and the Giants. Hit 15 with the Red Sox and 20 with the Giants.
I never would have thought he had 15 with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought about Soriano, but I was thinking about the A-Rod trade, and I got all messed up.
All right. Well done on some tough lists, I think. So totals in that quarter, 90 points for Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage, 80 points for Buckets O'Quinton, which leaves us with a very close game. After the third quarter, Buckets O'Quinton leads with 430, and Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage trails just slightly with 415. And that brings us to the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 4 categorized questions that the teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total.
And we're going to kick it back to halftime with a little pop culture adjacent fourth quarter. So here are your categories. We have Seinfeld adjacent, which is in auto racing. Sopranos adjacent, which is Major League Baseball. Saturday Night Live adjacent, which is NFL. And Law and Order adjacent, which is 2 sport athletes. It is now time for the teams to place their wagers.
We'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Benchwarmers TP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the show called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and interact with the rest of the Benchwarmers community. If you would be able to rate us on iTunes, Stitcher, or any other podcast app, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks.
Now that the wagers are in, on to the questions. Question number 1 of the fourth quarter, Seinfeld adjacent in the category of auto racing. This driver burst onto the NASCAR scene as a rookie in 2002. His 6 poles, 14 top 5 finishes, and a win at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway were enough to get him the Winston Cup Rookie of the Year ahead of Jimmy Johnson. He would finish his career in 2023 with 18 wins, including the 2008 Daytona 500. He never won a NASCAR Cup Series, with his best finish being a runner-up in 2014, 1 point behind champion Kevin Harvick. Name this driver.
Hey, Taco.
Hey, Dave.
We could check in.
All right. Well, Buckets O'Quinton has checked in, so don't leave your yogurt in the Grand Canyon. You can talk it out.
Yeah, I mean, I used to know this from actually, I did some NASCAR predictions for sporting news back in the day. And one thing I would do is I would look at what guy won the tracks, and I would say, this dude always wins at Dover and New Hampshire. And I always remembered who it was. And then knowing the category being adjacent, I think it made it super easy with checking in with Ryan Newman
for 100 points.
Yeah.
And Buckets O'Quinton, what'd you have?
We said literally the exact same thing. Virtually all of that. We checked in Ryan Newman, 100 points.
Both teams getting points for Ryan Newman. Very well done. Let us move right along to question 2, as the deficit remains a meager 15 points. Question 2, Sopranos adjacent in Major League Baseball. This Dominican infielder, who is the youngest player in MLB in 2023 when he made his debut as a 20-year-old September call-up, made his first All-Star team in 2025 and finished 9th in AL MVP voting.
Taco, part 2. We'll check in.
All right. Buckets O'Quinton has checked in. Don't leave yogurt in the bada bing. Talk it out.
Let me see if I can get to other Sopranos characters. Silvio.
Yeah, I watched The Sopranos. Like, I binged it once, but I wasn't. I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't like.
Yeah, I'm just trying to throw out the names that I could think of.
Yeah,
the name.
I'm just. If you can throw out some names, it might be able to.
I mean, Silvio, Tony, Paulie. I think it would be Paulie, or I don't think it'd be Walnuts. Rodriguez or something. I don't think it would be.
Walnuts Rodriguez. There's a late entrant into episode title.
That's Benny the Jet's cousin.
Yeah, and we can't say the other guy's name.
Walnuts Rodriguez played in the 1914, was a legend, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but not in the MLB. Not with the last name Rodriguez in 1914.
No.
So we're God, who are some of the other characters?
Well, it's not a Carmela, I don't think.
No.
Unless it's Anthony, because that was the son's name, Tony and Anthony.
Doesn't.
None of these things are.
That's not feeling very Dominican.
No, I mean Tony would be, but
Tony could be.
Unless we're thinking about it, should be someone named Soprano. But
I don't think so.
I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this one.
I wish I could think of more character names.
I mean, again, I have a not safe for podcast name we could use, but I don't think that would be. I don't think that he would. I don't think that would be a good nickname at this point.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I'm just none of the names that you put out that are some of the only names I could think of from the show.
I mean,
none of those
Christopher wouldn't be.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's a common Dominican name. You could go with Tony Fernandez Jr.
Sure. I mean, that's better than nothing.
Rest in peace, Tony Fernandez. But yeah,
we wagered 100 in. That's what we're checking in with this.
Yeah,
Tony Fernandez Jr.
All right, and Buckets O'Quinton, what'd you have?
This is a throwback to good old Dom Caliendo from earlier in the podcast.
Dirty Dom.
You were right there. You were right. You're right there, Vinny. Because it is the son, but you got to go with the nickname. That'd be Junior. That'd be Junior Caminero of the Rays. That's what we checked in with. 100 points.
One team is getting points. It is Uncle Junior Caminero. He hit 45 home runs for the Rays in 2025, one shy of Carlos Pena's single season Rays record. And he was the runner-up in the home run derby, losing to Cal Raleigh in the final round.
Right.
As soon as he said Junior, I got there, but
yeah, Vinny, right, so I thought this was going to be Austin Meadows after the Newman question. I was like, oh, this is going to be an Austin and Parker Meadows question.
All right, so the scores are different. We'll just leave it at that. Question number 3, Saturday Night Live adjacent in the NFL. This question is maybe the shortest question I've ever written on the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast.
Oh boy.
He's the only tight end to win AP Rookie of the Year.
Okay, we can check in.
Buckets O'Quinton has checked in, so don't leave your yogurt at 30 Rock. You can talk it out.
Well, I think getting to the SNL adjacent, I was like trying to think how we would get there potentially.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is the old Bears Superfans sketch. And I'm pretty sure Mike Ditka was the first guy to have 1,000 yards in his rookie season as a tight end until Kyle Pitts did it. And there hasn't been any.
No,
I mean,
not
AP
in,
rookie of
yeah,
the year.
not
I mean,
anytime
there's
recent.
nobody. Yeah, nobody would have done that because there's not a lot of. I mean, if Kyle Pitts was the first 1,000-yard tight end since Ditka, like it, and Kyle Pitts didn't win. I know
No,
that.
no. I think it's got to be Ditka, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we'll check in with Mike Ditka for 100.
And Bucket So Quentin, what you got?
Go ahead, Bears fan. This is all you.
Yeah, I thought this was Brock Bowers because I was like, oh, Brock Bowers definitely probably should have won. If Jaden Daniels didn't get the Commanders to the playoffs, Brock Bowers is probably the AP Rookie of the Year. But it's not. Like Vinny mentioned, this is Bears legend, which means he's a legend in my mind. Mike Ditka for 100 points.
Both teams getting their 100 points. It is Mike Ditka. Very nicely done. Won it all the way back in 1960. Back when it was just the AP Rookie of the Year and not offensive or defensive. There was only one guy, and he won it.
Doesn't he actually qualify as a Bears legend? I think it's fair.
That's one of the few times we don't use that, ironically, I think.
Right.
Yeah,
All right. The final question of the game, Law and Order adjacent in the category of two-sport athletes. Drafted by the Dodgers in the 12th round, he spent the summer of 2001 with the Dodgers organization, but did not pursue a pro baseball career. Instead, he enrolled at the University of Texas, where he would finish his career second on the all-time Longhorns rushing list with 5,540 yards and would be a top 5 NFL draft pick.
That's who it is.
Yep.
Checked in.
Bucket So Quentin has checked in. So for the final time, don't leave yogurt. I'm not going to do any sort of jokes with yogurt and Law and Order in the same place. So I'm just going to go back to the original. Don't leave yogurt in the garage. Please talk it out.
All right. Speaking of, not to play any spoiler, I think this person was on the old Winfield game a few games ago. Yeah. And I don't know why I struggled on when I had him, but I just totally forgot, and that he was really good for them, or the Bengals, for a while. But this is another Bears legend, another rest in peace guy. I mean, we lost him too early too. Cedric Benson. So I knew he was also a baseball player, so that also helped at one point. So and Cedric Benson for the name of Taylor Swift's cat, Olivia Benson.
For 100 points.
Yeah.
All right. And Bucket So Quentin, what'd you say?
Yeah, of course. As a Bears fan, I had to get this one right away. It helped that, as Vinny mentioned, and I sent this to Dave, ironically was the answer on Winfield like yesterday or the day before, which I also struggled with. I was like, who's this Bears Browns running back?
And I don't know,
Johnson
he played more games
for the Bears.
Yeah, he played more games for the Bengals. Who knew?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that
was the thing that threw me off.
That kind of, because I was like, this isn't Cord
They're
Dillon,
like
this isn't
really
Rudy Johnson.
Close. It's really close. I was saying to Scott, I had such high hopes for him on the Packers, and then oh god, it went south so fast.
Yeah, but all that to say, yes, for 100 points, this is Cedric Benson. Rest in peace.
Both teams are getting points. It is Olivia's younger brother, Cedric Benson. Very nicely done. Troubled career, had a lot of off-field issues. Was really, really talented when he was on his game, though. And rest in peace. The game has come to an end, and here are our scores. Don't Leave Yogurt in the Garage finishes with a perfectly respectable 615 points. But our clipboard captains of the game receiving the coveted Alanis Morissette Award, Justice for Alanis Morissette, with 830 points is Buckets O. Quinton. Vinny, thank you so much for playing. Sorry we couldn't get you a win, but I hope you had fun. Anything you would like to let us know on the way out?
Yeah, it was fun playing today. It was good to see Dave. I've been with the other guys before, so it was good to get another taco game. They're always fun. This is the second time, so I really appreciate Taco writing these games, especially being a pop culture Jeopardy legend. So that's always great.
That
yeah,
was the ironic legend.
Yeah, I had to throw that in there. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think I have foolproof way to not lose next time. I think I have like 75% of a game. Like it's been buffering for like 2 years, trying to get to the last 25% to write a game. But I'll do it once all this NFL free agency and draft. And
So does that mean you're just gonna send that game out to someone else to read it, and that way you have all the answers?
Yeah,
That's a great strategy.
Or I can't lose if I host also.
That is true.
Oh,
That is true.
Yeah. That's more what I'm thinking about. Like
that's the new school way to guarantee a win. It used to just be team them up with Eid.
I'm undefeated as a host, so
DNP coach's decision, like DNP. I'll take it. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. I always enjoy being around you guys and listen every week, waiting for the next episode. So always like to be challenged. So I appreciate some non-sports in the middle. So that was kind of fun as well. So other than that, be safe, be good to each other. And again, if you have the means and you can do it, and it's a tough job. The toughest job I've ever had is being a foster parent. So if you can do it out there, maybe think about it and see if you're right for it. But yeah, it's not for everybody, but if you can open your space for it in your life, it's a really great thing.
I don't think there's anything that needs to be said after that. I think that's a great way to end it. For Josh, Scott, Dave, Vinny, I've been Taco for all of us here at the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Thank you for listening. And until next time, we will keep the bench warm.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes.
The pitch from Acevedo. A drive deep to right field. Down the line. The Mariners win this game 2-1. The dream lives. They're going to the playoffs. The drought is over. Cal Raleigh. Wow. Hey now.
Want more trivia? Follow us at Benchwarmers TP on all social platforms for more sports facts and trivia. That's at Benchwarmers TP.